Welcome to the session. In this video, we are going to cover how to use key vaults in Azure DevOps using variable groups. Azure KeyVault is a cloud service that provides a secure store for secrets. You can securely store keys, passwords, certificates, and other secrets. Azure Key Vaults can be created and managed through the Azure portal. Every product owner has this question: how can I set a product secret in an application without sharing it with a DevOps person? Simple solution is Key Vault. Let's see how we can get a DBUserName, username, and password in Azure DevOps, which is stored in Azure Key Vault using variable groups. First, we will create a Key Vault in Azure and set our secrets. Then we will use it in our Azure pipeline using the Key Vault groups. There we can see the values cannot be visible to anyone. Search for Key Vault. We can create a new resource group for this. Let's give the resource group name as Test Key Vault. Next is the Key Vault name. Let's give the name test-db-key vault. Access policy we can set it later. By default, the user who is creating will be added with all the access. Now we can directly jump to the review screen. Click the Create button, and that will create the Key Vault in the specified resource group. Azure Key Vault supports multiple key types and algorithms and enables the use of hardware security modules, HSM, for high-value keys. First, we can generate a key for our secret. Let's give the key name as client key. Once a key is created, we can create our secrets. Check the upload option, we can keep it manual. Give the name as DBNAME, and the value also we can keep the same DBNAME. Click the Create button. Let's see our secret which is created. We can see the secret by clicking the Show Secret Value. We have option to set all these access in the Key Vault access policies. We can even mention that only one Azure application can read the secrets. In that case, no one else will be able to see the secret except that application. Now create the one more secret named DBUserName, and the secret is same DBUserName. Finally, we'll create the secret password and keep the secret as password. Next step is to create our Azure pipeline inside the Azure DevOps. Let's give the name Test Key Vault. Keep at least one file in the repo, even if we are not using any files from the repo. Now create a build pipeline. Use the classic editor. Click the Continue button. Let's add our first task to the pipeline agent. Search for PowerShell and add it to the task list. Change the version to 1.start. Change the display name to link secrets to environment variables. This task is actually going to read the secrets and add it to the environment variable. Type, change to Inline Script. Next is the arguments. Let's write the code first to read the secret variables first, then we can add them to the variable groups. Let's define our local variable DBNAME prefixing with a hyphen. Value we can give the pipeline variable starting with a $sign. This value will be read from the variable group. Let's add DBUserName and password as well. Next step is our inline script. Let's mention params and use the argument variables here. Now just write the echo statement to show we completed these steps. We'll save it to avoid losing our work. Next is, open the variables tab and choose the variable groups. Currently we can see there is no link variable group. Click on the Manage Variable Groups. Currently there is no variable group present in this pipeline. Let's click the New Variable Group button to create a new variable group. Let's name is my DB connections. Keep both the check boxes on. Next step is to choose an Azure subscription. If you don't have any subscriptions added to the DevOps account, we may have to add one. Because I already registered my Azure account, I am choosing my pay-as-you-go account here. Choose the KeyVault name which we created in our Azure portal. Now click the variables and choose which all variables we require here in this variable groups. Now go back to the pipeline and link the newly added variable group to this pipeline. Now let's see that we are able to access the values from the Azure KeyVault. Let's save and queue this build pipeline. Click Save and Run. Let's see the steps how it is running. We can see the pipeline downloaded the secrets from the Azure KeyVaults. Coming steps, we will print the environment variables and put it in a pipeline variable. Once we put the values in the pipeline variable, we will be able to access it from the other tasks. Let's go back to the edit pipeline. To add the values to the environment variable, we can use this code snippet. I have added the code snippet in the description. Now let's see these variables are really added to the environment variables or not by adding one more task to the pipeline. Let's add CMD task to the build pipeline. Change the description to print variables. Now we can print and see each variables. Echo the value of DBNAME, then DBUserName, and finally password. Save the pipeline and queue it. Click Run button. Yes, we are able to print the values, but we are not able to see the values as it will show the values as asterisks. We can use these variables as environment variables and use it inside the applications. While doing the integration or end-to-end testing in the pipelines, we can use it. That's it for now. Thanks for watching the session. Please like and subscribe the video. See you on next session with an exciting new topic.